The build show today, we are at Brian Long's job site. If you don't know Brian, he is a seasoned builder. We've got a lot to learn from Brian. We're talking specifically today about Polywall's Blue Barrier system. Hey guys, I want to introduce you to my friend Brian Long. Brian, what an incredible job site.
Oh, thanks, Matt.
I really appreciate having me out.
It's glad to have you.
So this is a project Brian's got under construction right here on Lake Austin. This is architecture by James LaRue and his team. And we're going to be talking with Brian today about this fluid applied system by Blue Barrier. So Brian, let's jump right into it. What is this product, Brian, and why do you like this compared to traditional house wraps?
Well, the wonderful thing about this is it's not a mechanically applied product.
Okay.
It's a fluid applied, has amazing adhesion. It adheres to any product, glass, metal, stone, anything you put it on, it's going to adhere to.
Okay.
Matter of fact, it adheres to concrete so well, it's been unbelievably hard to remove any sill plates if a framer makes a mistake.
Oh
so
man.
This stuff is really got a great bonding adhesion to it.
And then you're actually spraying this on the wall monolithically, right, Ryan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're sitting and filling all of our joints, seams, anything with the 2200. It's a sausage gun product. Sealing at the bottom. Basically anywhere we have any flaws or details where we don't think the spray is going to get it. Because ideally what we're looking for is a 60 mil thickness on this product as it's sprayed.
Dang, so you're going basically from your concrete, now with slab on grade right here in Texas.
Yes, sir.
From his concrete all the way up to his roof deck in one monolithic, seamless, no fastener install, is that right?
That's correct. And we're coming about 6 to 10 inches out on the roof deck to make sure that we can't get any moisture back through the roof deck into our air cavity.
Got it.
So.
All right, Brian, so now that we know the kind of the general properties in the process, tell me about the actual process kind of start to finish. Walk me through what you do, starting with just your sheathing. So in this case, you get to choose your sheathing.
Yes.
It's not already applied to the sheathing, right? And what'd you choose
Well,
for this job?
actually, it goes before that even. When our framers are setting all of our sill plates, we're using the 2200 to bed set our plates right onto the concrete.
Okay.
Because that incredible adhesion that we get from the product, from wood to concrete, as well as no water infiltration, no bugs.
Yeah.
It becomes, and it's bed set right into it.
And I'm also noticing on your slab, you've got a chamfered edge there, which I'm assuming is so you can get a good air seal between your framing and concrete, is that right?
That's exactly right. We're trying to make sure that we can come back out there again one more time and get another thick layer of that to make sure that anything that drips down inside the rain screen or anything that comes down our wall, even moisture from our masonry or whatever, has no way to get back into our living space.
Smart. Okay, so in this house, you've chosen Huber's Advantex sheathing. That's a 1/2-inch sheathing. And then what's the first step after the framers are complete?
Well, after our nail inspection is done and we've made sure that the nails aren't too deeply set into the sheathing where we'd have to come back with 2200 and go over them if it's too deep, then we can sit there and come back, fill all of our joints, and we're ready to spray.
And you're using a sausage gun with the 2200 product, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay,
That's correct.
so first you're getting that checkerboard pattern, all those seams are done, and then you can roll.
Any joints, penetrations, hose bibs, anything
gotcha.
that comes out. Air ducts, air vents, we go around all those, everything is sealed.
And I'm also noticing you're doing that like up here in these soffits right in front of us here, where the framing stops at the ceiling line, you're also going up into that framing with the 2200 to air sealed out.
Very important, especially on the other section over here where we have a really pitched roof line that goes up, and that's a non-conditioned outdoor space. So if you were to miss that, now you have a possibility for air infiltration.
That's right.
So we're making sure that we're cladding anything that is exterior or has the opportunity for a non-conditioned space to be up against it. We want to make sure the conditioned space is protected.
Got it. So the 2200, that's kind of a thicker caulk that has some fibrous material in it. It's going to span those small gaps.
Up to 3/4 of an inch.
Okay. And then what's the next step? Are you spraying or rolling after that?
You can roll it. They have a roll-on product, but we spray.
Okay.
We went ahead and bought the spray rig.
Now you can use any spray rig, or you got to have a specific
No,
spray
it's
rig?
a very specific spray rig. It has a pump to draw the material out of the bag, and then it goes into the spray rig. It's a Graco, I believe it's an 8100 or something like that. I don't know the specifics.
We'll verify that.
But the Graco rig puts a very nice fan. We're able to spray We spray 55 gallons in probably 3.5, 4 hours and
Wow.
cover a lot of ground.
That's incredible.
The guys really move with
So
it.
55-gallon drum too, that's a lot of material you can put on the wall.
That's absolutely correct. And it makes it a lot easier for my guys to be able to set up one time, spray a lot of product, then not have to break down the machine on a constant level.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Now, one of the things that I notice on this install, Brian, is that when you push your pencil up against that, you really have a lot of kind of cushion or give.
Yeah, it's a self-healing membrane, and you can see this won't even let it go into the wood. When I push along it, it's not even going in. But if you were to run a nail through this is one of the only products that has passed the gasket test.
Ah, so it's going to gasket around that nail, because
Right.
at this point, there's not, you're air and watertight, there's not a single penetration in this whole membrane.
That's correct.
But you're going to penetrate it
But
later.
you know you're going to, yeah. Your masons are going to come in with their ties and whatnot, and so whenever that happens, I don't worry about it because of the 2200 and the spray grade having that ability to seal back around.
I like it. Now, Brian, I noticed you're doing some of this in stages. If you did this section here and then did another section a month or 8 weeks later, would you be able to stick again to the product?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you could do a simple wipe with an alcohol rag,
Okay.
a denatured alcohol rag, and that would reactivate it where it would bind.
Got it.
We haven't had the necessity to do that. If anything, we've just come back over and it's bonded to it beautifully.
Man, that's awesome stuff. Brian, any tips or tricks for spraying this or installing this or even staging this product?
The staging of it, you know, you don't want to have the product out in the sun, obviously. You need to have a trailer and keep it protected.
Yep.
The sausage tubes in particular, they don't really like the sun a lot. I used a competitor before, but I'd have to say that this polywall product has a workability to it. It's a very short learning curve. My guys were able to pick this up immediately. They understand the do's and don'ts. We make sure that we hit all the rough edges of the OSB. And after that, I mean, once it's sprayed, it goes on so fluid, effortlessly, I mean, and so smoothly. There's just not much you can do that would be a better product than I've seen.
That's impressive. Hey, Brian, tell me about exposure. You obviously can't use this as a finished wall. You got to cover this. How long do we have till we need to cover it?
You know, depending on your climate, 6 to 9 months is what they say.
Okay.
You know, obviously, if you're in Austin, Texas, and it's in the middle of the summer, and the sun's blaring, it's 100+ days, you know, you want to look toward that 6-month range.
Yep.
But if it's cooler and it's not near as bad, you know, you probably get the 9 months to a year even. After that, what I would sit there and recommend too is, you know, if you have a real moist climate, understand that helps set this product.
Ah, this is
Moisture. This
here.
will actually draw the moisture out of your substrate.
Got it.
So that's a really nice thing about it. It adheres to that and really helps pull it out.
Which means you could even spray this on a damp day or a day where it just finished raining, wipe off the puddles and go for it, right?
Absolutely.
That's
This
a
stuff
big
has
deal.
really been great about that. You know, and the other thing too is the spray grade has a very light VOC output, but none of the other products do at all. It's only the spray grade, and it only lasts a very short period of time. It's a matter of hours, and it's gone.
Yeah.
So unless you're spraying like, I don't know, in between some apartments or something, you should have no issues with VOCs whatsoever from the product.
It's impressive, Brian. Man, you run a good job site. It is tight around here. It's so fun to see what you're doing. I mean, you got a compound. We're gonna have to come back and get some other videos. Every time I go to Brian's job sites, I'll learn something from him. Guys, if you want to see more of Brian's work, he's real active on Instagram. I'll put his link in the description below. If you're interested in building with him, brianlongcustomhomes.com. Great Austin builder, only does a few projects a year, and your clients are darn lucky to have you on the job, Brian. This
Thanks,
is an
Matt.
incredible
Thanks, Matt.
house. And
This
big
one's gonna
thanks
be
to
beautiful.
the architect, too. We'll put a link to Jim LaRue's site on here. Incredible architecture here.
Yeah, I'm blessed to work with someone as talented as he is. He really is an amazing guy to work with.
This is going to be an incredible project, Brian. Follow along on my Instagram feed, too, because I've been posting from Brian's job site. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button below. We've got new content every Tuesday and every Friday. And by the way, big thanks to our friends at Polywall for sponsoring this video. They've been a longtime friend and sponsor of the Build Show. These guys make some great products. Texas-owned company, made in Texas. Hard to beat. Guys, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on the Build Show.